High School in Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. It's the James Buchanan Rockets and Shippensburg Greyhounds. Tonight's game on Game Time PA and Mid-Penn Broadcasting, brought to you by F&M Trust. They're in the community at 100% local. Come to the right place for local banking, member FDIC. By Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent with offices in Greencastle and Waynesboro. And tonight's game also brought to you by Waste Management, environmentally friendly technologies and advanced innovations. By RE/MAX Premier Executive Agent Lois Baer. By Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving Franklin County for over 35 years. By Leckride Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. By Clyde Tours, New York City, Atlantic City, and more. Visit ClydeTours.net for complete tour schedule. And tonight's pregame show is brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. And good evening, everyone. I'm Gary Clyde, along with Shane Iser tonight, as the James Buchanan Rockets look for victory number 3 on the season against the Shippensburg Greyhounds, who come in with a record of 4 wins and 4 losses on the season. For Shippensburg, it has been a year. They have now won 3 straight, but it is a season in which their defense has been outstanding. However, they have had some trouble putting up some points this season, and come in at 4 wins and 4 losses. And we are going to be joined here in the pregame show tonight by Lizzie Arbogast from Game Time PA. Good evening, Lizzie.
Hi, Gary. How are you?
Good, and looking forward to a great football game tonight here.
I think this is going to be a really good football game. I really do. Like you said, Shippensburg's defense has kept them in a lot of games this year, and James Buchanan can score some points. I mean, they show they can score some points against Waynesboro, against Greencastle. If they can do it against them, they can do it against anybody.
Yes, and they have run up the points, and they did it against Greencastle. In fact, that game, they were on the verge of going for the winning touchdown.
Right. And actually, what's interesting is, nothing against Dylan Sanders at quarterback, but with Shamar Pates under center here the last 2 games is really when they've started being able to move a little bit more in their offense. They've gotten a little bit more of the passing game going, and with receivers like Peter Huey, you want to get the passing game going.
Right, exactly. And it has been a year, and a year in which we've talked with Andy Stoner quite a bit on our Chalk Talk show last night. Mm-hmm. A year in which he feels he could have very easily had 3 more victories in close ball games. Things just didn't work out. I mean, he's 2-6. They wanted to be better record-wise than they are now.
I think they're better than their record shows, certainly. I mean, they've been, like you said, in a lot of tight games, a lot of winnable games. I mean, even you look at the Waynesboro game last week, had they not had a really untimely penalty, they would have gone in halftime 28-28. So, and that could have been a whole different game. I mean, they've been right there with a lot of teams.
And, they have this season. And it's great to see James Buchanan on a competitive nature again. We know for many years it was not like that. And Andy Stoner has been able to at least bring them to that competitive standpoint the last couple of years.
Yeah, they're certainly not the game that people can take off or take as an easy game. They're going to put up a fight, and they've got some playmakers. It's just they're a little small still. They don't have the numbers still, but those are things that'll come when you win. I mean, the more you win, the more people want to play, the more people you've got to start. All those things go hand in hand.
Oh, yeah, they do. Sure. When the football program is winning, you're going to get more people out. And James Buchanan was down for many years. And I think Andy said, I think they've only had like 1 mercy rule in the last 2 years. And, and I mean, previous to that, it was practically every week. It was, but indeed they have improved. And what about this Shippensburg team? They're still in the thick of the Mid-Penn Colonial, but not much on that offensive side at all for Shippensburg.
They are. I mean, finally they've gotten Zion Ware going a little bit. He's got almost 100 yards for the last 3 games that they've won. But they're certainly not the Shippensburg that we've seen with the William Burts and the Dylan Herbs and the Storm Freidingers, who were just scoring points all the time and getting yards. But like I told Sean Michael, I think if James Buchanan scores 3 touchdowns, they really can potentially win this game, because Shippensburg hasn't scored 3 touchdowns in but 2 games this year.
Yeah, I think this is indeed a very winnable game for James Buchanan, but they're going to have to contend with that Shippensburg defense.
Right.
They don't give up much.
No, they really don't. But I think it's going to be a matter of getting the ball into the air and trying to get Peter Huey and Blake Egolf in some space. Shamar Pates, we've seen, can create some space for himself. It's just a matter of creating space so the receivers can make those big plays like they did last week against Waynesboro.
And James Buchanan has had, their first-string quarterback went down, but Shamar Pates has really done the job for them.
Shamar Pates is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've said it 1,000 times to Sean. I would never put money against Shamar Pates in anything. I mean, he was even holding the ball for the kicker last week. He literally does it all.
Yeah. So, it is, and I think he's also been out as a receiver a few times this year too. And
been out as a receiver. He's running the ball. He's been under center. He's done a little bit of punting, I think. I mean, he's literally done everything. Yeah. So.
And let's take a look at one of the other games tonight. A huge matchup going on down the road from us. Greencastle Waynesboro. How do you see that one? Waynesboro is so unpredictable. I'd hate to pick one way or the other.
If I was a betting woman, I think I'd put my money on Waynesboro. And I just say that because when their offense is on, their offense is on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 600 yards of offense kind of on, not like it's on and they get 300 yards. So if they have one of those nights where Connor Fetterhoff is throwing the ball well and Justin Marion's running the ball well, they're really hard to stop. And again, I don't think Greencastle can put up 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah,
I don't think they can.
Yeah, and I too think Greencastle is going to have problems, and also with that spread offense.
With the spread offense, which we talked about 9 weeks ago now, that Greencastle has trouble stopping the spread offense, and they've shown it again this year.
Yeah, but one thing Andy Stoner brought up last night, I didn't realize this, that Waynesboro is 0-3 this season against teams that run the wing T.
This is true. That's true. They are.
And after he thought about, Greencastle, of course, a wing TT, but if the Blue Devils can't, get some kind of momentum going and keep the football and keep turning it back to Waynesboro, it's going to be a long night.
I think the main thing Greencastle's got to do is control the clock. They can control the clock and sustain 5 and 6 minute drives. They could squeak out. They could get a win. I don't know. Both of these games are so up in the air. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be an exciting night. And the Shippensburg still can win a share of that Colonial title, I think. Yeah.
There's 4 teams still with 1 loss.
Shippensburg, East Pennsboro, Greencastle, Waynesboro.
The only thing that's for sure is if Waynesboro wins out, they'll get the crown.
Because they defeated East Pennsboro.
East Pennsboro.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just all up for grabs right now, and tonight will decide a lot. I mean, at least one of those teams is going to have 2 losses by the end of the night.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
So either Greencastle or Waynesboro.
One of them's going to have to. And we are here in Mercersburg, and also Game Time PA is here. Great opportunity for people to come out tonight, right?
Yeah. Our mobile newsroom is down. We're on the scoreboard side of the stadium, and basically you just come and show us your Game Time PA app on your iPhone or your Android, your iPad, and get some free stuff. We got T-shirts, we got little footballs, we got foam fingers, Game Time PA swag.
Yeah, all kind of great stuff. And just show your app. Okay.
Yep, that's all you got to do. And if you don't have it, you can download it right there.
Right on the spot to get it. Okay, That's easy enough.
Easy enough. Come on down.
Okay, and you will be here throughout the game, correct?
Yep.
They will be here.
We will be here until the end of third quarter.
Okay. All right, Lizzie, thanks for joining us on the pregame show. We'll look forward to talking to you at halftime.
We'll see you then.
Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
Lizzie Arbogast from Game Time PA joining us tonight here as the Shippensburg Greyhounds about to take on the James Buchanan Rockets, and I'm working tonight with Shane Iser. And welcome aboard, Shane.
Thank you, Gary. It's good to be here.
It is, and Lizzie and I were talking. We're anticipating actually a very tight ball game tonight, closely contested.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. It seems to be some good weather, and we'll see how it comes out. If JB comes out with their heads in the air, I think they'll be able to stick with him.
And the Rockets, trying to pick up a few victories, and they have a tough game to finish out the season next week when they take on Susquehanna Township, and it's going to be a tough one. So this is one that they do want to get here. Yeah,
it's going to be a tough game next week. So they really do want to do their best here and try to pull this out tonight.
And Shippensburg is riding the crest of a 3-game winning streak. They are 4-4 on the season. And as Lizzie talked, not the Shippensburg team that we are used to seeing. This is a team that if they're going to beat you, they're going to beat you on the defensive side of the football. Shippensburg is coming off of a 14-0 victory last week over the Big Spring Bulldogs. And in that ball game, Nathaniel Sheffield had a pick six in the fourth quarter to seal the win for Shippensburg. It was their third in a row. The Rockets are coming off of a 54-21 loss to Waynesboro, but they found a little bit of rhythm in their offense the past 2 weeks. They only scored 80 points in its first 6 games, averaging just 13 points a game. However, James Buchanan has scored 49 in the past 2 ball games with Shamar Pates at quarterback. So quite a turnaround offensively with 49 points in 2 ball games.
Yeah, they've done a great job putting Shamar in there as quarterback. He's been able to scramble. He's been able to pass. They've been able to work on the running game, and they've been in the ball game the whole time. They just weren't able to capitalize on the score. As Waynesboro's coach said last week, they really had to fight for every point that they had. So.
Yeah, and James Buchanan, and they did. Waynesboro came along in the end, but the Rockets did put up some points in that loss last week at the hands of the Waynesboro Indians. James Buchanan losing by a score of 54-21, but they were able to pick up 3 touchdowns, and it's Shamar Pates we told you about, and with him under center, he is 12 of 23, 223 yards, and Peter Huey continued to light up the stat sheet last week with 132 yards and a touchdown. Huey has 26 catches for 601 yards, an average of just over 23 yards a reception, and defensively, the Rockets continue to be strong against the pass. They held the Indians to just 136 yards through the air last week, grabbing 2 interceptions, but they gave up 300 yards on the ground. So the Rockets did an excellent job of stopping the Indians' high-powered offense. They can really put up some yardage with Ryan Federhoff at quarterback.
Yeah, the Rockets really have to watch that tonight. They've got to be strong on their defense to try to watch the Shippensburg run. They did a pretty good job themselves, and they need to keep their offense moving and mix it up so that they don't hone in on their special plays. So.
And as you see, center of the field, we are getting the coin toss here to start this football game. And, of course, this one of a couple of big games in the area tonight. Greencastle, Waynesboro also being played in Greencastle, and Chambersburg and Harrisburg going at it at Trojan Stadium in Chambersburg tonight. And that game, as well as the Greencastle-Waynesboro game, also on midpennbroadcasting.com. And the Greencastle-Waynesboro game also will be on live stream on Game Time PA tonight. So it's triple header coverage tonight on Mid-Penn Broadcasting and GameTimePA.com. As we are happy to be here in Mercersburg tonight, as you see the Rockets dressed tonight in their green uniforms and pink numbers they have tonight, the James Buchanan Rockets. And looks like coin toss still taking place out in the center of the field. We mentioned that James Buchanan will the Buchanan Rockets will close their season out. They travel to Harrisburg next week to take on Susquehanna Township. Meanwhile, the Shippensburg Greyhounds close out the season with the Greencastle Lantern Blue Devils, and quite possibly in that ball game on the line could be at least a share of the Colonial Division title, depending on what happens in the ball games tonight. As Lizzie and I talked, as we head into week 9, no less than 4 teams still with a shot or a shot at a share of that Colonial Division crown. And Rockets have won the toss of the coin, and the Rockets have deferred, and Shippensburg will receive the football and will start offensively tonight.
I'd like to thank our medical coverage for tonight's game, Dr. Robert George, the MMPW Ambulance.
And tonight's pregame show has been brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. Antrim Insurance, proud supporter of high school football. And momentarily we will be getting the playing of our national anthem, and that is coming right now. So we'll get the playing of our national anthem by the James Buchanan Rockets Marching Band. He's just about ready for action tonight. The James Buchanan Rockets and Shippensburg Greyhounds. And the Rockets will kick the ball off to Shippensburg to start the ball game tonight here at James Buchanan High School in Mercersburg. So just about ready for action tonight. Chaz Shelley will be kicking the ball off for the James Buchanan Rockets. And the Shippensburg Greyhounds will be going right to left to start the football game tonight here in Mercersburg. Great night for football, too. Looks like a big crowd. It's senior night here at James Buchanan High School as Chaz Shelley ready to step up and kick it away. And here comes the kick, and it's a squib kick, and it's taken by the Greyhounds, and running around the right side trying to get some room, and on his feet up to about the 35-yard line for the Shippensburg Greyhounds is Cole Freeze on the return.
Cole was able to get to the outside edge, but the Rockets were able to contain him on that side. So they'll start at the 35-yard line.
So here comes the Greyhounds, first and 10 at their own 35. Tyler Gustafson will be calling the signals tonight for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. As first play offensively tonight and under center. And Gustafson will hand the football off and getting up to about the 37-yard line. A pickup of a couple of yards on the carry for the Greyhounds. And actually a little more, almost 5 yards. And it'll be a second down and 5 yards to go. Just underway tonight from James Buchanan. And there is the handoff and breaking through and getting up. First down yardage is for Victor Furman for Shippensburg.
Blake Egoff was able to stop him, but not until they got a first down. If Rockets don't figure out how to contain that and stop that run, they're going to have some trouble here today.
That's it, all the way up to the 48-yard line, just shy of midfield. And Gustafson, again, calling out the signals and hands the football off. And still getting a pretty good chunk of yardage up over midfield to the 46-yard line. So it'll be a second down and 4 yards to go for the Greyhounds. 2nd and 4. Long count, and quarterback will hand the football off, and again, getting first down yardage on the carry is Victor Furman. So the Rockets, the Greyhounds moving the ball very well to start this football game.
They are. They're really working their run game to start this off, really to test the defense and the interior line of James Buchanan.
So here come the Greyhounds again after another first down, 10 yards to go. And the handoff, and I believe it may have been Furman again there. And a pickup of a couple of yards. And it's going to be a second down. Second down, well, the spot of the football, maybe less than a yard. Second down and 9 yards to go. So Shippensburg comes out again. And that's offside. Somebody moved. It may have been James Buchanan. I think it was and is.
Yeah, they were getting a little antsy trying to get a bite in there and try to get to Gustafson before he was able to hand the ball off.
So there's 5 yards, and that'll be a second down and 4, and puts the Greyhounds in a very good second down position here after getting only a yard on first down. And there's the handoff again, trying to find room out around the left with a penalty flag is Furman, and he'll get down to about the 31-yard line, but a penalty flag is dropped back at about the 40. And we'll see what it is. It's going to be holding against the Shippensburg Greyhounds. And that'll put it back about 10 yards there. And bring up a second down and 14 for the Greyhounds. So that nullifies the good run by Furman.
James Buchanan hopefully can capitalize on this and try to hold him down here.
Excellent opportunity for the Rockets to do that. And there's motion to the right, and there is the handoff, and getting knocked down in the backfield is Andrew Norman.
Jacob Smith was able to get back through there and take him down in the backfield. They were very aggressive. They were looking to do that tonight.
And now it's a 3rd and 20, a loss of 6 on the play. So the Rockets could get a stop here. They could be able to get the ball back. 3rd down, 20 yards to go. And the long count. And back it over, and the pass is complete, but not near enough for the first down. On the receiving end is Colin Doblin for the Greyhounds.
Shamar Pates was ready for that. They saw him coming out to the end, so he was able to get a hold of him when he received the ball, and that'll turn up to a fourth down.
So to bring up a fourth down, and the punting unit in for Shippensburg, and it is Desmond Cordero, the punter. And Cordero's kick is a line drive that takes a bounce, and it's going to be picked up by the Rockets at that spot. And, I've watched a lot of football, but how often do you see your quarterback returning kicks, Shane?
It's not very often, but I tell you what, they can count on Shamar Pates in any position they want to put him in. He pretty much does it all.
And he has played quarterback, I think running back.
He does running back. He plays your corner. He does it all. He'll do the kick returns and anything else you ask him to do. He's really got a heart for the football game.
So Pates at quarterback, and he's lit up the scoreboard the last couple of weeks that he's taken over as quarterback. The Rockets go left to right across your computer screen. It is an empty backfield, and it's Pates out of the shotgun, and he has it off, has it complete. And getting up over to about the 16-yard line is Huey for the James Buchanan Rockets. Peter Huey, outstanding receiver for the Rockets, Shane.
Yes, he has, and he's been a favorite target of Shamar's. He's been hitting him pretty good. They've been able to get pretty deep. Peter being a track star, it's once the catch is made, it becomes a foot chase, and he can really haul it down the field.
And he has 26 catches for 601 yards this year. So he is a threat at any time. And he split out wide to the right. Again, empty backfield. And it's Pates, the quarterback, and he's going to keep it. Has a little bit of a hole, breaks a couple of tackles. And Pates still on his feet. Is going to be brought down at the 41-yard line. Great run from Shamar Pates.
That's how he does it. He's dangerous. You don't know what he's going to be able to do. And he can check off the wide receivers. He can run it up to the middle, and that's what he just did.
And it is a first down for the James Buchanan Rockets. 6:37 to play in the first quarter. No score in the ball game. The James Buchanan Rockets, Shippensburg Greyhounds. Thanks for joining us on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com as Huey splits out wide to the right. And again, Pates, the quarterback, no one behind him. And out of the gun, and the flag is dropped. We'll see what the call is. So do we see Pates in that formation often with the empty backfield and working out of the shotgun?
It's something new that they've been really working on. They usually have someone in the backfield with him, but they decided to try to spread it out against Shippensburg and see what they can do. Their passing game is pretty decent, so they really want to try that here at the beginning of the game.
First down and 15 yards to go. And there you see Pates again. And he's going to keep it, looking for room around the right. And Pates is up over the 40 and up to about the 44-yard line. Shamar Pates, good run. And picks up a nice chunk of yardage back for the James Buchanan Rockets.
Yeah, Shippensburg is eventually going to hone in on him. He's starting to have to start going to the outside to one of his receivers, but he's dangerous. He can dart right through the open hole and get past you before you know it.
And it's a second down, 5 yards to go now for the James Buchanan Rockets. 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Quarter number 1, Rocket Stadium in Mercersburg tonight. And Pates again with motion coming to the right for the Rockets. And Pates is going to keep it. Throws. He is going long, and he has the pass completed over on the far sideline. And that Egolf on the reception for James Buchanan. Some motion coming, but Pates dropped back and threw it and got the big pickup.
He's been able to hit Blake Egolf a couple times very deep like that this season. That's one of their, after they warm you up with a couple runs and the short passes to Peter, they'll hit Blake downfield.
So the James Buchanan Rockets on the move, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line, and a quarterback hands it off, and it's going to be Pates has actually kept it. And the Greyhounds read that one, and he's brought down. It's a second down And the loss of about a yard on the play. Second down and 11, 25-yard line is the spot of the football. Actually now back to the 27. And it's a second down, 12 yards to go for the James Buchanan Rockets. And Pates again. And taking his time, now rolls around to the right, breaks loose of a couple of tacklers still on his feet. And Pates is going to be down to the 15-yard line for the James Buchanan Rockets.
Yeah, nothing was open downfield for him, so he took the option and kept it and ran to the outside and gained quite a big chunk of yards for the Rockets.
So it's a a first down now for the Rockets. First and 10. Third and 2. Third down and short yardage. 3rd and 2 for James Buchanan. And a timeout is called. Timeout Rockets with 3:24 remaining to be played here in the first quarter. No score in the ball game, but the James Buchanan Rockets are on the move. And this broadcast is brought to you by F&M Trust. It's home equity season at F&M Trust. A great time to rake in big savings with some of the best interest rates around on home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender. So the James Buchanan with the timeout called. And they're going to be looking at a 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And the ball rests on the 17-yard line of the Shippensburg Greyhounds. This time a couple of one back behind quarterback Pates. And Pates is going to hand it off and finding a hole and a lot of yardage inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Carball on the carry for the James Buchanan Rockets. Seth Carball.
Yeah, anytime they want to get pounded up through the middle, they've been able to give it off to Seth, and he's got the legs to push it right up through the middle and get the yardage they need.
It's a 1st and goal now for James Buchanan from the 5-yard line. 1st and goal from the 5 for the Rockets. And again, that is the handoff, and it's Carball is going to get knocked down at about the 6-yard line.
Shippensburg line there looked pretty aggressive. They want to get in that backfield and stop them when they're that close to the end zone. So they're really going to be pushing in there.
So it'll be a 2nd and 6. 2nd down, 6 yards to go for the James Buchanan Rockets. 2:36 remaining to be played here in the first quarter. Rapidly moving quarter at that. As Shippensburg punted now. Buchanan all the way down to the 5. The pass is off, and it is going to fall incomplete. Or complete. Touchdown, James Buchanan. Had to wait over on the far side of the field. Peter Huey on the receiving end. All the way over in the left corner. There was no signal, and all at once it went up.
Shamar came out around the end and didn't have anybody open, and Peter pushed it to the corner, and he was able to hit him right where he needed to for that touchdown.
So the Rockets will attempt the extra point. They draw first blood here tonight. And a chance now to take a 7-0 lead, and the kick is up and good from Chaz Kelly. And the James Buchanan Rockets with a very impressive drive on their first possession, and they are in front of Shippensburg by a score of 7-0 with 2:10 remaining to be played in the first quarter.
Gary, I know that James Buchanan really wanted to score first. That's going to mean a lot to them. That's really going to pump the team up, get their heads held up high. So that was a good score for them to be able to hold Shippensburg on the first drive and then come back and score.
That is, and a big momentum booster. And now Shippensburg, who has had trouble scoring points. I mean, they are not a team that can put up a lot of points. And James Buchanan, and in doing so, they chewed up a lot of time in the first quarter.
That they did. There's not a lot of time in the first quarter left. They were able to chew up a lot of that clock.
And one of your best defenses is to ball control and keep it out of your opponent's hands. And that is a short kick taken by the Greyhounds and getting up to about the 40-yard line. On the play for Shippensburg was number 20, Tyler McSherry.
13, Caden Fix was able to stop the ball carrier to hold them where they were at. Chaz Shelley is a soccer player that came into this game to kick for the Rockets. He's got a great record for the extra points, and he does a good job trying to hold this ball down on the kickoff.
So this will be Gustafson operating offensively, second series tonight for the Greyhounds, and there's the handoff and getting the ball up to about the 44-yard line on the carry. It's Tyler McSherry.
The Rockets defense is really going to want to hold the Greyhounds again here. They, I'm sure, are pumped up after that score by the offense, and they want to make sure they do their part.
Second down, 6 yards to go. Shippensburg has been one of the premier team in the Colonial Division for a number of years, as we see motion going to the right. And again, the handoff and no gain, they are saying. It's just back to about the line of scrimmage. Already third down, Shane. Big third down play early in the ball game.
It is, and this is going to be a big play for the Rockets defense to see if they can hold them here again.
So here come the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Ball at the 45-yard line. And it's a third down. And about 7 yards to go. Inside a minute to play here in the opening quarter tonight. And quarterback back, he is off and has it complete, but it's way short of first down yardage, up to about the 48-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds. It's fourth and maybe a yard to go. And we'll see what Eric Faust does here with Shippensburg. Are we going to get the punt team, or is he going to try to go for it at this spot?
It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do here. It looks like they're going to try to go for it.
So it is a 4th and 1. If the Rockets stop it here, they get the ball back in good field position. Quarterback sneak. And we'll just have to wait till they uncover. It looks like he may have it, but it's all about the spot of the football in something like this.
That's right. When they pile up, the guys keep on wiggling in there trying to get it.
They're telling us short here, but we'll see. We haven't had the we're going to get the measurement. It is indeed very close to first down. They have the sticks out, and we'll see. And it looks like it's short. So the James Buchanan Rockets will take over on downs with a 4th down stop.
That was a big play for them. You know, the Greyhounds are showing that they're not afraid to go for it, and they have confidence in their offensive team. But it worked for the defense for the Rockets this time to hold them and get the ball turned over on downs.
So it'll be James Buchanan football, and they lead in this one by a score of 7-0, scoring on their opening drive on a 5-yard pass to Huey, and the extra point conversion at a 7-0 lead for the James Buchanan Rockets. And they take over in excellent field position at their own 49-yard line. And there's Pates, the quarterback, and he's going to run it, and he's loose down the sideline. He is all the way down to the 30 and down near the 20-yard line where he's finally brought down. And actually maybe closer to the 10 over there, yeah.
Yep, looks like they spotted it on the 10. He is fast. He got to the outside, and he just broke away. He's fast down the outside.
So the big run from Shamar Pates, and that's the way quarter number one comes to an end tonight here in Mercersburg with the score, the James Buchanan Rockets 7 and the Shippensburg Greyhounds nothing. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Teachers and students. This past May, TEF announced 3 $1,000 scholarships to very deserving students who are planning to continue their education in a postgraduate setting. One of the recipients, Grant Buchanan, was planning to attend Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology to work toward a degree in commercial HVAC technology. Due to a motorcycle accident in July, Grant has undergone extensive physical rehab in Hershey and Mechanicsburg.
Days are shorter now, and South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high-interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Your home for Franklin County sports. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Rockets.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can off.
And the Rockets going to work again. It'll be now a 1st and 10 for James Buchanan. 1st and 10. And this is quarterback Pates. And Pates now throws it off to the right side. And getting knocked out of bounds is Carball.
Pates had the option there whether he was going to open and that hole closed up for him, so he tossed it back to Carball, and Carball was able to pick up some yardage.
And it'll be a 3rd down for the Rockets. 3rd and 4 as the ball rests at the 4-yard line. And again, empty backfield for the Rockets. And this is Shamar Pates, and he has it off and complete. And a touchdown, Huey again.
Another touchdown by Peter Huey. Nice pass from Shamar to get him to the outside. He kind of just trotted into the end zone around the corner. He's a favorite target of Shamar's. They really like to hit that combination, and they do it quite well.
And they have already connected twice tonight. And we talked about the vaulted Shippensburg defense, but they've given up touchdowns on 2 consecutive series by the James Buchanan Rockets as Kelly is in to try to tackle in point number 14 for the Rockets, and he does. So with 10:32 remaining to be played here in the first half, it is 14-0 and a great start for the James Buchanan Rockets.
I tell you what, they are really rolling tonight. I know Coach Stoner has a lot of confidence in these boys and what they can do, and they're showing it tonight. I know this is their last home game this season, and they really want to go out with a win and be on a high going into next week's game.
Yeah, as they have Susquehanna Township, and I think this is the first meeting that I can remember of between these two schools. They play Susquehanna Township next week, and Shippensburg closes it out with Greencastle, and they're about to kick off there tonight as the huge game in Greencastle at 7:30 kickoff with the Waynesboro Indians and Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils, and that game also on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com. We had the pleasure of spending quite a bit of time with Andy Stoner last night as he was our guest on Chalk Talk, a show we do every Thursday night at the John Allison Public House. And, Andy talked a lot about the football team and, the direction of the James Buchanan program, and things have really been looking up under Coach Stoner the last couple of years. And admittedly, he'd like to have a few more wins and wants to get one here tonight against Shippensburg. And the another short kick taken about the 20-yard line and getting room up to about the 30-yard line on the play. Yeah, Andrew Norman on the return for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Shippensburg started the season 1-4. They've reeled off 3 consecutive wins, including one on a rainy field against the Waynesboro Indians a few weeks ago. And now Gustafson will go to work again under center for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Motion coming to the right. Gustafson going to the air and going long, and it's intercepted by the Rockets.
Blake Egoff gets that interception. He was step by step with the receiver for the Greyhounds and was able to have the position in front of that ball and to be able to pick that off. I believe he's had another interception this season, so he's got the hands for that.
And right there in perfect position. And just like that, the Rockets get the ball back. Just scored. One play, Shippensburg gives it back to JB. And the Rockets go to work offensively again. And the empty backfield, Pates will take it, keep it himself, and Pates breaks through the defense of the Greyhounds and is going to be down to about the 45-yard line. And Lizzie and Arbogast was talked with us on the pregame show. Very impressed with Shamar Pates and what he does. This is my first look at him, and I must say, he is an all-around player. Just about anything you want done, he'll do.
He does. He's very impressive, and he's very dangerous to any defense. He can pull out any kind of play that he needs to, whether it's a run, a pass, handoff. He is very aggressive and very in tune to what's happening with his team as the offense is out there.
And he's taken over quarterback the last few weeks, and he has a 14-0 lead tonight for the Rockets. And we're going to get a flag on the play. I don't know. Illegal procedure. James Buchanan Rockets will set it back 5 yards.
That is one thing that they've had against them, and they've had quite a few penalties in every game they play. So they need to keep their heads together and make sure they're not making any of those plays where they're going to just give up yardage for free by having penalties thrown like that.
And so it is a first down and 15 yards to go now for the James Buchanan Rockets. And the handoff and right about midfield brought down. So it is Carball. No gain on the play. 1st and 15. For the James Buchanan Rockets. And quarterback Pates standing all alone, has it off and has it almost intercepted out of the hands of the Rockets. And then into Andrew Norman, who broke it up, and Carball slipped through his hands and for a moment thought it could turn into an interception.
That was very close. Carball's had pretty good hands this season, being able to pull those in, but that one right off his hands and almost into the hands of a defender.
So James Buchanan now faced with a 3rd down and 13. And the ball at the 50-yard line. 3rd and 13. Rockets taking over after the interception. And Pates again, and Pates is back. Pates in trouble, and Pates is going to be brought down for a loss at the 45-yard line in the backfield.
Jean-Pierre for Shippensburg was able to come around from the backside and chase Shamar down and pull him down before he had a chance to set and find an open receiver. That'll bring up a 4th down.
And the punt for James Buchanan as the Rockets get set to punt it away here. And there's the snap, and there is the kick, and it's going to be taken by Eagles punt, taken by the Greyhounds, and it's going to be a return up to about the 26-yard line.
Freeze was able to avoid 2 tacklers on that, but Egoff, after making the punt, was able to go down and catch him on the outside to make the stop for the Rockets.
And Shippensburg going to work here offensively. And the handoff of the football and getting some open field and a lot of it out over the 50 and all the way down to the 46-yard line is Devon Ware of the Shippensburg Greyhounds.
Yep, the Rockets bunched up the middle where he looked like he was going to go at first, and he was able to roll outside around the end of the pile and move it down for a 1st down for Shippensburg.
So the Greyhounds on the move at the 49-yard line, and the handoff of the ball and taken after a pickup of about 5 yards is Norman for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Andrew Norman on the carry. As we close in on the 7-minute mark here, 7 minutes remaining in the first half of play tonight from Rocket Stadium in Mercersburg. And that's the handoff and the pickup of a couple of yards on the play. And a reminder, if you're not too far away, stop on out. The Game Time PA mobile V Newsroom is here tonight with lots of T-shirts to give away, T-shirts among other things. And just show them your Game Time PA app and you'll be a winner. It'll be a 3rd down now and 4 yards to go for the Shippensburg Greyhounds in James Buchanan territory at the 43. And there is the handoff and going to be knocked out of bounds over on the far side of the field at about the 39-yard line, short, or the 41, short of 1st down yardage. So we'll see what Eric Faust does. Last time he went for it, and the Rockets turned it into 7.
That they did, and I'm sure they're chomping at a bit for another chance to do it again, as it looks like they're going to go for it again.
4th down, 3 yards to go. As the Greyhounds rolling the dice again right here. And quarterback Gustafson back, has it off, has it complete, but it's going to be short of 1st down yardage. And a great job there by the Rocket defense of holding the receiver inside of 1st down yardage.
That's another play the Rockets were really looking for. They are really riding on a high right now with the 2 scores and have been able to stop them twice now on a 4th down conversion try. So they're coming into this really pumped up, ready to go. They really want this win bad.
And Bailey Heckman on the stop for the James Buchanan Rockets, as he would not give and would not allow Ware that space for the 1st down yardage. And Pates again in the backfield. And this is Shamar Fates. Very quickly throws, going to the sideline. Huey! He's got it at the 20. And Huey is all the way down to the 10-yard line for the James Buchanan Rockets.
That's a play we've seen him do over and over. He really likes to hit Peter Huey. Huey's got the legs to get down the field and the hands to pull that in.
And the combination of Pates and Huey have already teamed up on 2 touchdowns tonight. And it is 14-0, and James Buchanan knocking on the door again. They are at the 11-yard line of the Shippensburg Greyhounds and lead Shippensburg by a score of 14-0. As Pates standing alone at the 15-yard line again, and it's Pates. He's going to keep it and try to run it. And is going to get down, I think, over the 10-yard line to about the 9-yard line.
He had Carbo come across the field and be a blocker to try to open up that hole, but it just didn't open big enough for Shamar to get through. The defenders were already there to stop him and bring him down only after about a 2-yard gain.
So it'll be a second down and about 7 yards to go. The ball spotted at the 8-yard line of the Shippensburg Greyhounds. And that's Pates again, you see on your screen, standing just shy of the 10-yard line. And Pates will have it, and he'll throw the screen over to the right side, but the Greyhounds have this one red. It was Egolf on the receiving end and got very little yardage.
Egolf was to the outside, but the defender saw it coming when he just turned for the ball, and he didn't have a chance to move it downfield, so they were ready for that one.
So it'll be a third down now and 6 yards to go for the Rockets, 3rd and 6. And they could get a first down without scoring at the 1-yard line. And there is the quarterback going around to the left, but going to be knocked down in the backfield at about the 11-yard line. No room that time for Shamar Pates.
No, he was hoping for a hole to open up, and it just didn't happen. When he got to the end, he just ran out of room. The defenders were there to pull him down in the backfield for a loss on the play.
So this is going to bring Chad Shelley on, and it looks like Shelley's kick will come from the 19-yard line. It'll make it a 29-yard field goal attempt. And here is the snap. The kick is up. It's wobbly. It's no good as it is wide to the right. Wobbly kick, and the field goal attempt misses. So Shippensburg will take over on downs with 3 minutes remaining to be played here in the first half tonight at James Buchanan High School. And this broadcast is brought to you by the investment and trust experts at F&M Trust. Point your future in the right direction with smarter retirement planning from F&M Trust. For more than a century, we've provided members of the community with personal guidance and expert financial management solutions. We can do the same for you to reach your goals tomorrow. Schedule your free, no-obligation retirement review at F&M Trust today. Down to 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. And this is quarterback Pates, quarterback Gustafson, and he hands it off and getting some open field and a lot of it at the 50, and finally brought down inside the 40-yard line for the Shippensburg Greyhounds is Tyler McSherry.
Egolf was able to come to the outside and pull him down, but I tell you what, Shippensburg looked really good on that run. They found a hole. They were able to move it open and capitalize on the Rockets not scoring on that last drive and turning it over on downs.
As Shippensburg trying to close the gap here, and this time the handoff and nothing doing. So Rockets right there to greet the ball carrier. That looks like it was number 20 for Shippensburg, Tyler McSherry again. And that'll bring up a second down. And they're going to say about a yard loss on the play as it's spotted just behind the line of scrimmage. And the nose of the football resting on the 40-yard line. So the Greyhounds 40 yards away from pay dirt here, looking at a second down, 11 yards to go. And Gustafson, the quarterback, is going to pitch it back and trying to get around the right side, and not being able to find much of anything is Devon Ware.
He was upended by Shamar Pates, so I know Rockets are trying to say for the third time not in our house, trying to hold Shippensburg here to not get this score.
Yeah, and right now they stop by Pates, and they are facing a big third down. And every week on our broadcast, we give you an opportunity to win 2 tickets to see the Washington Redskins and Philadelphia Eagles at FedEx Field on Saturday, December the 20th. And tonight's keyword is going to be senior night. Senior night. And just go to midpenbroadcasting.com, click on register to win, and use the words senior night, and you'll be automatically registered. The drawing is next week during our final broadcast of our regular season games. It includes tickets to the Redskins-Eagles game and round-trip bus transportation from Clyde Tours. So it's that easy to register. Halftime of our games next week, we will announce the winners of those 2 tickets to the Redskins and Eagles. And this will bring up a third down here and 11 yards to go. 3rd and 11. And quarterback Gustafson is back. He has it off, has it completed. And it is number 18 on the receiving end, Cody Gustafson, most likely his brother. And it's going to be a 4th down, and Shippensburg calls another timeout.
Very familiar situation for the Rockets here in this game. They're about the same place they were earlier on the field for the 4th down stop against the Greyhounds. So I know they're looking for that again.
And when you do business with Waste Management, you're not only getting outstanding waste services, you're also engaged with us in protecting the environment. To learn more about Waste Management's environmentally friendly technologies and advanced innovations, visit www.wm.com. 1 minute, 19 seconds on the clock, first half. Gary Klein, along with Shane Iser tonight, bringing you all the action of the James Buchanan Rockets and Shippensburg Greyhounds on midpenbroadcasting.com, and also streaming with video on GameTimePA.com. And this is quarterback Gustafson, Tyler Gustafson, under center, couple of backs behind him, split in the backfield on 4th down play. Gustafson is back. Gustafson goes to the air, and he has it complete. And it's going to be very close, but I don't think he got it. Very close to first down yardage. Victor Furman. And I believe the Rockets have stopped again.
That's the 3rd time. I know Coach Stoner's got to be absolutely ecstatic with his defense holding them like that.
That was one of his concerns tonight, Shane. The defense being able to come up with the stops. And, so far tonight, an outstanding job. Shippensburg with the big play. And really nothing ends up turning the ball over again, like you said, for the 3rd time on a missed 4th down opportunity. And it's back into the hands of the Rockets. They'd like to make this a 3-score game before the half. Shamar Pates is back. Shamar Pates rolls left. He's looking for a hole. And Pates will get a few yards. He'll get it up to the 47-yard line. McCleary on the stop for the Shippensburg Greyhounds.
Second and about 7 for the Rockets.
It's going to be a 2nd down, 7 yards to go, James Buchanan.
Shamar was really looking to get out around that end, but he just ran out of room. And the Shippensburg defender was just step by step there, chasing him to the outside to hold him, to not get the big run this time.
And Pates all alone again. And Pate's back. He rolls right, and he's gone long. He's gone long. It is incomplete. Intended this time for Egolf, and just off his fingertips, Shane. It came very close to connecting, and Egolf may have been off to the races on that one.
I tell you what, if he was able to pull that in, he would have been gone. And I think he could taste that one, too, a little bit as it bounced off his fingertips. So.
It was right off his fingertips there, and it'll bring up a third down and a lot of open field in front of him. And here is, again, quarterback standing all alone, and it's Pates as he tries to work it around to the right, and he's got yardage up to about the 44-yard line.
Pates absolutely knows how to scramble that and get to the outside and get positive yardage, and he was able to get quite a bit that time for the Rockets' first down. Moving them down the field, and I know with the short time they have here, they're going to go for one more big play to try to get it downfield for this score.
So the Rockets are going to take time, only 5.5 seconds remaining to be played here in the first half. And at halftime, we're going to bring you up to date on some scores from around the area. And review the first half. Lizzie Arbogast will also be back to join us with all the first half stats here in Mercersburg tonight. And this one in the first half has belonged to the James Buchanan Rockets. You'd like to get another score. But on the other hand, if you're the James Buchanan Rockets, you don't want to do something where Shippensburg is able to come up with a return and get right back in the ball game. And here is Pates. And Pate's back and throws off the short pass, and it is complete, and that's going to be the final play of the first half. That's the way it comes to an end. Coach Stoner decided to play it on the conservative side there, Shane.
He certainly did, but I tell you what, he's got to be ecstatic of the way the boys played. I can imagine how excited it's going to be, how the excitement in the locker room, and hopefully he'll keep these boys pumped up to play the second half. That's one thing that the Rockets have a tendency to do, drift off a little bit later in the game.
Yeah, and you don't want to do that because that's very costly if you do. But Shippensburg with a 14-0 lead here at the half. And we will be coming back with our halftime show on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com. We'll be back right after these messages.
Days are shorter now, and South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high-interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Football season is here, and Klein Tours has your ticket and bus transportation to NFL action. We have trips to all Baltimore Ravens home games. Join Klein Tours as we travel to Miami to watch the Ravens play the Dolphins December 6th through 9th. We have your ticket and transportation to see the Washington Redskins. Trips to New York City, Atlantic City, multi-day tours, and more. Klein Tours, the Tri-State's #1 tour and travel agency. Visit us online at kleintours.com or phone 717-597-5997.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, the fun, the food, and all the waste. Whether it's popcorn boxes, hot dog wrappers, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local Waste Management representative or visit thinkgreen.com.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses like yours with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. Our knowledgeable consultants uncover your communication challenges and provide visible solutions. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers. We're more than fast, more than signs, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit www.fastsigns.com or visit us at our Greencastle and York locations.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on midpennbroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on midpennbroadcasting.com.
Streaming live with over 70 local sporting events a year. This is midpennbroadcasting.com.
Welcome back. It's halftime here at Rocket Stadium, and the James Buchanan Rockets have controlled the first half, leading the Shippensburg Greyhounds by a score of 14-0. And our halftime show is brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent, serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Mercersburg, Chambersburg, and surrounding areas. Looking at some scores from around the area, Waynesboro has jumped out in front of Greencastle. In fact, they've scored 14 unanswered points, and they lead the Blue Devils by a score of 14-7. And also going on tonight, we have 13-0 lead for Cumberland Valley over State College. We'll try to get to some more of the scores from around the area tonight as soon as we have the opportunity to do so. And Lizzie Arbogast is back with us here tonight as we'll go over some first half stats in the game. And we just have to hook the microphone up here and we'll be ready to go. As it's a big lead, Lizzie, for the James. Well, not a big lead, not a 14-0 lead, but very impressive first half from the Rockets and Shamar Pates in particular.
Shamar Pates, I'm telling you, I mean, like I said, just never count your anything against Shamar Pates in terms of what he can do. Not only is he their passing leader, obviously, he's also their rushing leader. He's got 103 yards on his 11 carries already, and he's got sacked twice, so that's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive, almost 10 yards a carry there. Yeah.
And two negatives.
Yeah, with which would be even more. Yeah.
Exactly. As far as some halftime stats for you guys, I think probably the most telling one is Shippensburg has gone for it 3 times on 4th down, and they have not made it on any three. So that definitely helps. Shippensburg, I mean, they have 118 yards of total offense right now, not bad. JB has 221 though.
Yeah.
Zion Ware has 76 yards on 8 carries for Shippensburg leaders, but he did bust out those 2 big runs. So those stats are a little bit added by those 2 runs. And then it's just kind of the Shamar Bates show. And Peter Hewitt, too. Peter Hewitt has 71 yards on 5 catches. Touchdown.
Yeah, it is, and I'm a little bit surprised. You know, Shippensburg, whose defense has been outstanding, but Pates just tore it apart early on tonight.
Yeah, well, and I think their secondary defense is their biggest strength. You know what I mean? I mean, it's been good at times, good in times, but in terms of having somebody that they're putting so much pressure on them up front that they then only have 2 guys in the secondary instead of 4. And when you've got a guy like Peter Hewitt and Blake Eagles, they're going to make you pay for only having 2 guys in the secondary. Yeah, and they have indeed paid tonight. And this is the one I know the James Buchanan Rockets really
want it very badly. They go to Susquehanna Township next week to play, but it would be huge for them to pick up a win over the Shippensburg Greyhounds.
Right, and I think like senior night too, their last game of the year, they got their into the pink out thing, and I think JV's really into it. They looked like they wanted to try and get another score there at the end, couldn't quite get it, but they're playing really well right now.
And Shane mentioned during the first half that a lot of times in the second half it's a little bit of a lull for James Buchanan, like they're back. Don't want to say ease up, but they just get into a little rut there, and you want to avoid that. And if you're James Buchanan,
well, I think at this point, they're receiving the kickoff. So at this point, if they can just move the ball downfield, they don't even have to score on that first drive, but just move it downfield, keep the momentum in their favor.
And the Rockets did an excellent job of controlling that clock in the first half too. They did. They mixed it up really well.
And Keats was really, he only had 2 incompletions. 2 incompletions in the first half. So he's on fire right now.
Yeah, so it is. Should be an interesting second half, and I think at Greencastle in the other game, Waynesboro had scored 14 unanswered points, 14-7. Waynesboro leads there.
14-7, I think Greencastle scored on their opening drive. Waynesboro scored on their very first play. It was a 70-yard pass. I'm not sure how the second one happened, but I do know that they picked off a ball at like the Indian 13 or something. Drive, so. And do we have any reports on Chambersburg-Harrisburg? Chambersburg did score first. I haven't been able to pick up a score since then. I believe it's 14-3.
Harrisburg for 14-3. It was 3-0 Chambersburg at one point, so that was a major accomplishment. It was. That was one of Coach Saunders' goals this week, was to get a lead somehow, and try playing that way for a change. He does. Just got to get him in position to do it. That's what. Okay, Lizzie. Before you go, you can tell us. People still have time to come visit.
Come quick down to the scoreboard side of the stadium here in our Game Time PA mobile media is there. Show us your Game Time PA app on your iPhone, iPad, Android, anything, and get a free T-shirt or a free football, anything. All kinds of good stuff over there.
Okay, sounds
here to the end of the third quarter.
Sounds great. So still plenty of time to do it. Thanks for joining us. And okay, all right, Lizzie. Thanks a lot, Lizzie Arbogast from Game Time PA, talking with us here at halftime. A half that is a 14-0 lead for the Shippensburg Greyhounds, and we will be coming back here in just a few moments. And we'll try to take a look at some more scores and update and get set for the start of half number 2. And the score here at the half, 14-0. James Buchanan leads Shippensburg on the F&M Trust, the sports network, on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
It's home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Happy Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacements, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Terrain dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name. Serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Streaming live with over 70 local sporting events a year, this is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
It is a 14-0 lead here at the half for the James Buchanan Rockets. And tonight for the James Buchanan Rockets, it has been a couple of touchdown passes from Shamar Pate as he is hooked up with Peter Huey twice. So that's the scoring in the ballgame. 3 key fourth down stops for the Rockets, and it adds up to a 14-0 James Buchanan lead at the half. And we will be coming back with more and the kickoff for the second half after these messages on the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Days are shorter now, and South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high-interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
When you're ready to break away from the routine and step into a hassle-free world of fun and adventure, Klein Tours is the partner you need to make fantasy a reality. For more than 20 years, Klein Tours Incorporated has taken care of all the details for people traveling from the 4-state region of South Central Pennsylvania, Western Maryland, the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia, and Winchester, Virginia area. Whether you're looking for a 1- or 2-day tour to the bright lights of New York City or the fun and excitement of Atlantic City, we've got you covered. And we offer special bonus packages so you can get more for your hard-earned dollar. Klein Tours is not only your source for major sports events and tickets to Broadway shows, we also offer multi-day air trips to destinations like Las Vegas and New Orleans. Subscribe to our newsletter for travel updates, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Our online travel center features real-time availability and purchasing is easy. Tours can also be reserved by phone at 717-597-5997.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Live and local. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Welcome back, everyone. You're looking at the Rockets marching band on the field here at halftime tonight. And it is a 14-0 lead for the James Buchanan Rockets And I'm sure in the locker room at halftime, Andy Stoner talking to his team and, with the encouragement to get back out there and hold on to the lead, not to let down, because Shippensburg can strike and come back at any time. It's a 14-0 lead. But that's not an insurmountable lead by any stretch of the imagination. On the other side of the field, we have Eric Faust of the Shippensburg Greyhounds, whom I'm sure Eric Shane still feels that they are in this ball game, get a score, make it a one-score game, and things could turn around in a hurry for them too.
Absolutely. It's definitely not a win for anybody yet. It's going to be a dogfight to the end. I'm sure Shippensburg's going to come out all fired up after turning over those 3 fourth down conversion attempts. And I know the Rockets are going to come out on fire on this high that they've been able to do so well on the first half. Shamar has been great at scrambling. He's done a great job connecting with Peter Huey down the field several times, 2 times for a touchdown. And Chaz Shelley's been able to kick those extra points. He's been very good at those this year. So I'm sure the Rockets are going to come out on fire, really on a high to push down the field. And I'm sure Shippensburg's going to come out just as aggressive, trying not to give up and try to get back into this ball game. And like you said, if they get a 1-score up, it's a 1-score game, and it can go any way.
And the last report, it was a 14-7 lead for the Waynesboro Indians over the Greencastle Lantra Blue Devils. We'll try to keep an eye on that and a lot of other games here in the second half as we progress into the second half tonight. It is next week for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. They will have the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils, and they'll have the Blue Devils at home. That is their final of the regular season, and they still have hopes of somehow getting into the playoffs, Shippensburg, but they're going to have to win this game tonight to do it. And as far as James Buchanan, they have a very tough conclusion to their schedule next week as they have to travel to Harrisburg to take on. Next week, they'll travel to Harrisburg to take on the Susquehanna Township Indians.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a challenge for the Rockets when they go up there. I know they would love to have this win. It's going to be a big win for them to go up there, but it's certainly not a win yet. They've got to come out and play this second half just as good or better than they did the first half. And quite a few of the games that they've lost, they've been close in them and they've drifted off at the end. So they need to just stay energetic, keep their heads up, and really continue to push and pound this game.
And we are approaching the second half kickoff here tonight as the Shippensburg Greyhounds, if you remember at the start of the first half, James Buchanan deferred and took the ball or gave the ball to Shippensburg. So now it'll be Shippensburg kicking off to the Rockets to start half number 2 tonight here in Mercersburg. James Buchanan, 221 yards of total offense in the first half compared to 118 for Shippensburg.
Wow, those are some big numbers for the Rockets. I tell you what, they are really, really on fire for this game.
Almost double the amount. Kickoff coming from the Greyhounds. And Tate is back to receive the second half kick for the Rockets. And here comes the kick from Shippensburg. And it's going to be an onside kick. It's already been touched by the Rockets, and they're going to recover it at the 40-yard line.
That's pretty good field position for the Rockets coming in to start this half on the 40.
Yeah, absolutely. They have it, 60 yards away from pay dirt, but Shippensburg goes for the onside kick. And again, hands the ball back to the Rockets, who have operated out of great field position all night long tonight.
They really have, and this will be a test of drive here to start off the second half.
So this is Shamar Pates standing low again, and now he pitches it back and getting a few yards and getting up just shy of first down yardage on the play is Carball for the James Buchanan Rockets. And a nice run there from Carball.
Yeah, we saw that earlier. They tried that and it didn't work, but this time they definitely were able to turn it upfield for 6 yards to bring up a 2nd and 4 for this second play.
And here comes the Rockets again on a 2nd down and 4 yards to go. And this is Pates, the quarterback, and this time he's greeted by the Greyhounds at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a 3rd down.
Yeah, the Greyhounds weren't going to have any of that. They blocked up that middle pretty tight, and Schmar just had no place to go. He ran right into the interior line.
So it's a 3rd down and 6 yards to go. 3rd and 6 for the Rockets. And Pates again with an empty backfield. It has been the case most of the night. And now Pates rolls to the right. Has it off. It is incomplete. Juggling there and losing the football is Seth Carball.
Yeah, he did the same thing earlier. He wasn't able to grab a hold and grip that ball and pull it in. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. That's going to be tough. They're going to have to punt this one away.
So the Rockets 3 and out in their first possession. And they'll give it back to the Shippensburg Greyhounds. James Buchanan leads this one by a score of 14-0. And here comes the kick from the Rockets, and it's going to bounce and roll out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. So that's where the Greyhounds will go to work to start their first drive of the second half.
That's right. Their defense definitely came out and showed they're ready to play the second half and try to equalize this game. So we'll see how their offense does if they come back out with the same tenacity and drive down the field.
Shippensburg looking for a score to jump right back in this one, and there is the handoff, and only good for a couple of yards on the play. And it's Ware on the handoff, and pickup of less than a yard. So it's 2nd down and a long 9. And that's your quarterback, Gustafson, handing the football off and getting up over the 40 to the 41-yard line. It's Freeze for the Greyhounds. So it'll be a 3rd down and about 4 yards to go.
Yeah, they definitely were going to try to push that one up through the middle, but the Rockets aren't going to give this up easy, that's for sure. The Shippensburg Greyhounds are really going to have to fight to get this one to another 1st down.
And quarterback under center, Gustafson. And he'll be handing the football off and getting a few yards on the play, but nowhere near 1st down yardage. It's 4th down Shippensburg.
That's right. It'll be interesting to see what they want to do here. Looks like they're going to try to punt this one. Their punter's out on the field.
So they will punt it. This time not going for it. They have 3 times tonight and failed, but they were in much better field position than they are right now. And the Greyhounds will get the kick, and it's a real good kick, and it's Shamar Pates that takes it back at the 20. Pates is to the 30. Flags all over the place to about the 35-yard line. So Pates on the return, but we'll see if it's coming back. Yes. Pate's able to get it up to the 35. And we'll wait for the official's call here. It's against James Buchanan. And looks like it may be a personal foul penalty here. It's a big one.
Yeah, it was a block in the back, just about where Shamar got the ball and took off. The defender come around the corner, and they pushed him in the back, and that is going to back him way up.
It will. It will put the Rockets, might be their worst field position of the night that I can recall, Shane.
I think it is.
1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. And there is the handoff, and up just over the 15 is Seth Carball. It'll be a 2nd down and 10. 2nd and actually about 9. Call it a pickup of 1. 7:55 remaining to be played in the third quarter, with James Buchanan so far throwing the shutout on Shippensburg, 14-0. And Pate's standing alone, and now puts it up, throws it over the middle. He has it complete, and first down yardage. Huey on the receiving end again.
First down, Rockets.
That's right. He was able to make the catch and then turn it up and get a couple more yards after the catch to get the first down for the Rockets.
So a first down and 10 yards to go for James Buchanan. The ball was on the 30-yard line, or actually about the 29 is where it's spotted, just shy of the 30. And Pates again with his empty backfield. He's going to keep it. He's trying to find some room. Is not going to find any. And it's going to be knocked down for a loss by the Greyhounds. Nothing there that time.
Yeah, it definitely looked like somebody came through unblocked, because they came through really quick and met him right where he got the ball and actually took him down in the backfield for a loss. So the defense of the Greyhounds are really putting it on here. They're not going to give this up, and they're going to keep pounding in there trying to get that ball back.
There was 7 white jerseys around Shamar Pate on that one. So it was they read it well. 2nd down, 15 resulted in a 5-yard loss. Shippensburg known for their defense in 2014, and Rockets scored the first 2 times they had the ball tonight. Pates has it off, and Pates has it, I believe that is incomplete. Yeah, incomplete, intended for Egolf.
Yeah, Pates threw that one a little short. You don't see that too often, but Egolf was out there to the edge, and it was just short for him.
Third down and 15 for the Rockets. 3rd and 15. And Pates again standing alone, and he'll work around to the right, throw it off. He has it off, and completed, but way short of the first down.
That's the first reception we've seen from Ethan Barber tonight. He's a late favorite for Shamar. He's been able to hit him for a touchdown against Waynesboro, so we might see a little more of him this half.
And it will be a 4th and 15 now for the for the Rockets, and Egolf is going to punt it away for the James Buchanan Rockets. Freeze the deep man for Shippensburg. And it's a high end-over-end kick taken at the 40-yard line. And up to the 50, down the sideline, and being knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line on the return is Freeze for the Shippensburg Greyhounds.
Blake Egolf with the big hit to knock him out of bounds, but not after he got a great return. It's good field position for the Greyhounds, probably some of the best they had tonight to start with their play.
Yeah, and Cole Freeze with a good return, and Shippensburg trying to take advantage of some good field position here as they start the drive on the 41-yard line of the Rockets. First down, 10 yards to go. Inside of 6 minutes, 5:48 on the scoreboard clock here in Mercersburg today. And there's the screen and getting down the sideline and getting some rooms, eluding a couple of tacklers before being brought down is number 21, Wade Mills. So it's a first down, Shippensburg. First and 10, Greyhounds, 27-yard line of the James Buchanan Rockets. And there comes the handoff, and it's Ware. He gets a couple of yards on the play.
Walker in hand on the stop.
That middle has not been very open for the Greyhounds tonight. They keep trying it. They may get it eventually, but the Rockets are really plugging that up and hoping they can stop that middle run game.
So it's second down and 8 now for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Second and 8. And there is the handoff, and now breaking through a couple of tackles, breaking out of it, but still getting knocked down for no gain on the play is Victor Furman.
Yeah, looked like Furman was going to bounce off and run to the outside, but there was a defender there to stop it, so that's going to bring up a third down for the Greyhounds.
Third down, 9 yards to go, Shippensburg. You'd have to feel that the Greyhounds are in 4-down territory right here with the ball at the 27-yard line. And Gustafson under center. And he's back and has it off, has it completed. And this is still going to be shy of the first down. And it was be a fourth down as he had it off and had it complete to Wade Mills.
And an eagle, one stop, brings up fourth down for the Hounds.
So the Greyhounds looking at a fourth down and 4. Fourth and 4. They failed on 3 fourth down conversions tonight. And the pass is off, and this time it is complete. And it's going to be down to about the 10-yard line. So Gustafson able to complete this one. And this time a fourth down conversion goes to number 21, Wade Mills again.
Yeah, they definitely had a plan for that one. They weren't going to let it happen a fourth time.
Yeah, they sure that was a topic of discussion in the locker room, and where on the carry, no gain for Shippensburg. Rockets right there to greet him at the line of scrimmage. A lot of green jerseys standing right by. Three minutes, 3 seconds to go in the half, and there's the pitch out down the left side, and on the carry it's Victor Furman for the Greyhounds. It'll bring up a third down and 2 yards to go as the ball is down to the 2-yard line. So Shippensburg knocking on the door and threatening to make this very interesting right here.
They've been very aggressive, and they're pushing it down the field.
And here is again the handoff and getting knocked down in the backfield on the carry. I believe it was Furman. And that'll be a second down now for the Rockets. And you mentioned about the Rockets kind of a little lull a lot of times coming out in the second half, Shane.
Yeah, they've done that quite a few times, but they're going to push here. It's a fourth down. Greyhounds are going for the end zone. They're going to try to score here.
So this will be the fourth down and 5 yards to go. And the quarterback back has it off, and he has it. It is completed or intercepted by the Rockets. Incomplete. Okay, incomplete.
Shamar Pates was there on the coverage. The ball was thrown to the inside. There was no chance that the Greyhound was going to be able to catch that ball. So that'll turn it over, and the Rockets are pushing again.
So for the fourth time now, Shippensburg fails on fourth down. And it's 14-0, and that was huge. Absolutely huge for the James Buchanan Rockets with the stop there.
That was real big because the Greyhounds had first and goal, and the Rockets were able to stop them.
So now the Rockets go to work. And, boy, that clock is just rolling down to 2:13. And this Shamar Pates. And Pates will get it up over the 5-yard line. Pick up of a yard. It'll be a 2nd down and 9 for James Buchanan.
I know the Rockets definitely want to move it away from that goal line. They had a safety last week against the Indians, so I'm sure they're thinking about that, and they definitely want to move that ball down the field.
So it's a 2nd down, 9 yards to go. And here is the handoff, but getting stopped in the backfield is Carball. He could not find a hole around to the left. So it's 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Rockets only been able to move the ball 1 yard deep in their own territory. So they need to come up with a big play here or kick it back to Shippensburg, who will more than likely have good field position again if the Rockets don't come up with the first down play here. 3rd and 9, inside a minute to go. And there is Pates. He has the pass off and complete. And finding a little bit of room, but not enough of room on the reception. Huey on the receiving end, but it's well short. It's about 4th down and 4.
Yeah, that wasn't enough. They're going to have to kick here. They're going to give the Greyhounds great field position again to make another drive for that end zone.
And here is a end of the 3rd quarter. So that's the end of quarter number 3 here in Mercersburg tonight with the score, the James Buchanan Rockets 14, the Shippensburg Greyhounds nothing. Rockets trying to hang on for the upset tonight, and Shippensburg trying to come back in this football game, and they've got a quarter to do it. And they will get the ball back as a result of a punt when we start the 4th quarter. And this broadcast is brought to you by Mobile Express Deposit from F&M Trust. With Mobile Express Deposit, you can use your smartphone camera to point, click, and deposit checks anytime. Mobile Express Deposit, another great feature built into the F&M Trust mobile app. Learn more at fmtrustonline.com, member FDIC. And also remember that you can register to win a pair of tickets to see the Washington Redskins and Philadelphia Eagles at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, coming up on Saturday, December the 20th. Tonight's keyword is Senior Night. Just go to midpennbroadcasting.com, click on Register to Win, fill in the words Senior Night, and you could win tickets and bus transportation to the Eagles and Redskins. You see the punt, a pretty good one, to the 50-yard line, Shane.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Shippensburg is going to start from the 50, and that 3rd quarter was just a little back and forth. There wasn't anything major that happened. They were no scores from either team, so this is it. This is where Shippensburg's got to step it up and try to come back and score, and the Rockets' defense is going to have to try to hold them here in the offense to get that 3rd touchdown Lizzie was talking about.
Yes, James Buchanan trying to hang on to that 14-0 lead. And there's the handoff and a flag accompanying it. I thought I saw a yellow flag there on the sideline. Maybe not. Yes, it is. And right away we get a flag. False start against the Greyhounds. That'll move it back 5 yards. But the Rockets did what they had to do in the third quarter. I mean, they contained Shippensburg, stopped them short of the goal line.
They certainly did.
And it's, they not a whole lot of offense, but they're sitting on a 14-0 lead.
That's right. Containing them in the third quarter had to be a boost for them, and Shippensburg is in emergency mode now. They've got to get downfield.
Yes, they do. They need to get something going. And it's off and complete, but it's still only a pickup of about 4 yards. So to bring up a second down and 11 yards.
Second and long.
Yeah, Shippensburg's going to have to move this ball a little faster, being down by 2 scores.
Second down, 11 yards to go. And Shippensburg, not a team that can score quick, and back and in trouble. And Gustafson is knocked down for a loss. And you see Coach Andy Stoner on the sideline there.
He was definitely excited about that. And I tell you what, there were several Rockets that got through that line and just were able to contain him and take him down in the backfield. They're wanting this win. They're saying this is ours. So I think they're going to put it all out there right now.
And it is a third down and 16 yards to go. And a flag on the play. And see, have Greencastle fumbles at the 1 yard line, recovered by Waynesboro, and they're tied at 14 at halftime. And a Blue Devil fumble as they had a chance to go to take the lead. So they've got a good one going down Route 16 here tonight in Greencastle.
That definitely is going to be an intense game. I know I talked to some people from both sides, and both sides were worried about what was going to happen. You know, both of the teams knew that it wasn't going to be a walk-on win for either team. Yeah. And I'm sure it's a nail-biter for them down there being tied up at the half.
Yes, it sure is. And Chambersburg trailing Harrisburg at the half, 19-3. So the Trojans actually, so far, a pretty decent effort from Chambersburg against a very tough Harrisburg team. 19-3 was the halftime score out at Chambersburg. And this will be Gustafson, and he'll hand the football off, and breaking loose and breaking through and getting over midfield to about the 46-yard line for the Greyhounds is Ware.
Brings up fourth and long for the Hounds.
And here we go, another fourth down for the Hounds, and you can bet they're going to go for it here.
It's another fourth down, so this late in the game, they're definitely going to probably try to do that or do something to get the Rockets to jump or something like that. They definitely need to try to keep the ball moving on their side, so here they go.
They've tried, went for it on fourth down 5 times tonight, failing 4 of the 5 times. And another big fourth down play coming up. Gustafson is back. Gustafson, a rolling right, has it. He has it off, has it complete. He's got the first down this time. And it was receiving end of it was Andrew Norman.
That was a good play that he orchestrated there. They gave him some time at the line so that he could look to the outside and was able to pick up the open receiver for the first down.
So he just got it right into the 39-yard line, just beyond the sticks there. And the Greyhounds will hang on to the football as the clock continues to tick here at 9:12 remaining to be played. And the handoff and nothing doing, and a flag on the play. There was a flag down, and right away the Rockets were there to make the stop. And it's going. And those are the kind of plays you don't want to have in a situation like this. Shane.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that because that's definitely going to turn some of the attitudes a little bit and get some of the guys down. The defensive has got to stay up on the high and really, really push against the Greyhounds here to keep the momentum moving for them.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Greyhounds, aided by that penalty by the Rockets. And it is complete. Pickup of a couple of yards on the play. Norman is on the receiving end for the James Buchanan Rockets. And it be a second down and 7 yards to go. 2nd and 7. And a whistle. Looks like we have a timeout called. Shippensburg Greyhounds with 8:17 to go here in the third quarter. And a 14-0 James Buchanan Rockets lead. This broadcast is brought to you by the retirement planning experts at F&M Trust. Point your future in the right direction with smarter retirement planning from F&M Trust. Receive personalized planning with tailored strategies, face-to-face meetings with expert guidance, and ongoing monitoring with regular reports. All from a local retirement specialist who really knows you. Schedule your free, no-obligation retirement review at F&M Trust today. If you're planning a home improvement project, be ready to handle the mess with the Baxter dumpster from Waste Management. It's easy to use and strong enough to hold up to 3,300 pounds of debris. One call to Waste Management and the debris will be going. Buy your Baxter today from Waste Management. Passes off. It is incomplete. And Huey on broke it up for the James Buchanan Rockets. 3rd down and 7 now at the 29-yard line of the Rockets.
Gustafson went deep. He was going for the whole thing, and Huey says none of that and was able to knock it down. But I tell you what, it's 3rd down. The Greyhounds are really going to push here.
3rd and 7 for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. And quarterback is back and has a lot of time and under pressure now and is brought down for the loss. And a big sack from the Rockets, but Gustafson looked like for a while he had all the time in the world and never got rid of the football.
He had a lot of time. His feet were moving. He was looking downfield, but nobody was able to open up. And number 2, Jacob Smith for the Rockets was able to get into that backfield and take him down deep in the backfield to bring up another 4th down for the Greyhounds.
And they call it on the PA system, 4th and a country mile right here for the Greyhounds. And it is a long one for Shippensburg as the football at the 40 flag. Okay. There's illegal substitution.
That'll back it up even farther for
even
him.
further. 4th down and maybe 27 yards right now. 4th and 27. Another 4th down play. The 7th one tonight for the Rockets. Or for the Greyhounds, excuse me. Passes off and complete, but way short of the 1st down.
Incomplete, they're calling it.
Oh, they did say incomplete. It looked like he had it, Cody Gustafson, and he was unable to hang on to it. And get another look on the delay here, and yeah, incomplete. He could have had.
That could have been a catch, but I tell you what, it's 1st down from the 41 for the Rockets. I tell you what, their defense has really turned it up there. Now it's an opportunity for the offense to come down here and score again to really build this score up.
And build it, and another score would go a long way. In fact, another score is going to most likely seal the deal for the Rockets.
That's right.
7:17 to go. And Rockets trying to move and unable to do so. And the other thing is it's Pates up the middle with very little gain, well, a couple of yards. But the other thing the Rockets want to do here is to kill that clock and
keep the clock moving. They're going to run, and try to run that down like they did in that first quarter. They ran a lot of time off the clock.
They did, and I looked up. The third quarter was so rapid. You looked up and almost there it was. It was almost over.
That's right.
Yep. It was. They have done a great job tonight at taking time off of that clock. And Pates again, as we've seen all night, that empty backfield. And Pates will roll to the right and down the sideline. The pass is off, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. Had to wait there. A couple of Greyhounds around, and it was incomplete. So it's now third down for James Buchanan. 3rd and 7 for the James Buchanan Rockets.
The offense definitely needs to keep rolling on what the defense just did to keep pushing down the field.
And here come the Rockets again, looking for first down to keep it. And there's the pitch, and this is not working well this time for the Rockets. The quick pitch to Carball, but he had nowhere to go on that one.
Yeah, when he got the ball, the defender was standing there waiting to grab him. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and have the Rockets to punt.
And the Rockets did not chew up much that time.
Nope, not with 3 and out. They didn't get to run the clock as much as they would have liked to, I'm sure.
6 minutes remaining in this football game. The Rockets still in control of the Shippensburg Greyhounds. It's a 14-0 game. And Egolf back to punt it away for James Buchanan. And the Rockets have called a timeout with 5:41 remaining to be played in this football game tonight. And they lead for James Buchanan of 14-0. I'd like to remind you to be with us next week here on GameTimePA.com. We'll have 2 games streaming live for you. The Chambersburg Trojans close out their season with the Cumberland Valley Eagles. And also Greencastle travels to Shippensburg to close out their regular season. And you'll be able to watch both of those on GameTimePA.com and MidPennBroadcasting.com. So now we're going to get the kick from the James Buchanan Rockets. And it's off, and it's a pretty good kick, and it's taken a rock and roll. Oh, my. And a good James Buchanan bounce on that one.
Down to the 11. That was an awesome punt from Blake Egolf.
So it will be Greyhounds football.
You never know when they put Blake Egolf back there to punt, though, because he actually quarterbacked a little bit after Sanders had gotten injured. So you never know. He could take the snap to punt and throw one down the field and hit Shamar downfield as a wide receiver or something like that. But tell you what, they've got great field position here for the Rockets to hold the Greyhounds down.
And here is quarterback Gustafson. And Gustafson throws, and he has it off and completed. As it is completed. So a big chunk of real estate there on the first one, all the way up to, it looks like the 30, 40, 35, 33-yard line. And a first down. Long gainer on that one. And Shippensburg operating as well they should. It looks like with a little sense of urgency here. As Gustafson is back, throws it off. He has it completed, trying to scramble away from tacklers, but not being able to do so is number 18, Cody Gustafson for Shippensburg.
Right down by Carball. 2nd down.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. And this will be Gustafson. And back, and he has it off and has it completed. And he broke a tackle momentarily, but a couple of rockets to bring him down at the 50-yard line.
They definitely are moving fast to get this ball downfield, going to the air, obviously, so they don't waste so much clock time. But they're definitely in a hurry-up offense, trying to get down the field to score to give them an opportunity for a second one.
4:44 the time on the scoreboard clock tonight. Remaining in a football game. Final home game of the year for the James Buchanan Rockets. They lead at 14-0. And Gustafson breaks out of coverage. He still has the football and is going to get up to the 45-yard line. Looked like a lot of time for Gustafson again. And he was able to elude coverage this time.
Yeah, the Rockets are definitely dropping back in coverage now, not rushing as many guys. So they're giving Gustafson plenty of time, but they're trying to cover the pass downfield.
And again, Gustafson back, has time, throws it off, incomplete. And Cody Gustafson trying to make a diving catch at the 40-yard line, and it's incomplete. So it's third down and 6 for the Greyhounds. And there's the pass off and complete. Cody Gustafson has it this time for first down yardage at the 38-yard line of the Rockets.
They've tried that connection several times, and they finally made it. It gave them a first down. They're moving the ball downfield very fast.
With 3:53 to go in the ball game. And Tyler Gustafson looks for Cody Gustafson again. And if he's in bounds, and he is, it is completed down to the 16-yard line of the James Buchanan Rockets. We had to wait on that one. And the referee did signal completion. And this is Tyler Gustafson again. Gustafson back, throws, and it is incomplete in the end zone. Ball actually on the 13-yard line.
Yeah, they're definitely scrambling to get that down there to have another opportunity. If they can capitalize and score here to try to have a chance for a second score. But the Rockets defense are hanging tough and really trying to knock down the ball and hold the Greyhounds to no score here.
3 minutes and 27 seconds remaining, 3:27 to go in the football game as James Buchanan tries to hang on to a 14-0 lead. And a wobbly pass up, and it's going to be incomplete in the end zone again. Intended for Wade Mills.
That was close to being picked off. That was Peter Huey there, and we know how many times he's been able to pull it in from Shamar Pate. So you can't count those hands out when he's on defense either.
Yeah, just saw on the delay. It was indeed very close. Shane, too, and he was able to knock it away. So it's a third down and 10 yards to go. 3rd and 10, Greyhounds. And quarterback Gustafson, and he pitches it back and rolling out to the right and getting knocked down. And I believe it's going to be short of first down yardage, but very close over there.
Yeah, Egoff was able to pursue the ball carrier and pull him down short of a first down.
It was Zion Ware, and it was just short of the first down over by the sticks on the far side of the field.
And the Greyhounds just called a timeout.
So it is a fourth down for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. And great ball game tonight here in Mercersburg with the 14-0 James Buchanan Rockets lead. And I'd like to remind you that tonight's game brought to you by F&M Trust. They're in the community and 100% local. Come to the right place for local banking. Member FDIC. by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent, by Waste Management, environmentally friendly technologies and advanced innovations, by Remax Premier Executives agent Lois Baer, by Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving the tri-state area for 35 years, by Lecron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. It is a fourth down play, but we have a whistle, and this time we have a timeout. James Buchanan, back-to-back timeouts here, Shane.
Yeah, they must have not liked what they saw when the Greyhounds came out to line up, or else they tried to ice them there. They want to definitely make sure they have the defensive team on the field that they need to stop the Greyhounds. This is going to be a big stop for the defense if they can do it, and it's going to be a big score for the Greyhounds if they make it. So the fans are pretty excited. They're getting very loud. The band's going. The cheerleaders are gone. This is pretty exciting.
It certainly is. And what a great game. I mean, it's been Shippensburg still with a chance in the football game, a good chance if they score here. Yeah.
They certainly do.
It's 3:05 remaining. James Buchanan has led since the first series of the ball game, and never relinquished that lead. Scored the first two times they had the football. It's held up so far. 3:05 remaining to be played in this one tonight at Rocket Stadium in Mercersburg. And quarterback Gustafson rolling right, and Gustafson going for the sticks, and we're going to have to see. I don't know that he had it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was really close to the stick where he went out of bounds. We're going to have to watch the officials check this. But
he collided with the first down or the chains on the side.
Yeah, he did.
At the first down, so it very well could be ruled.
Looks like they ruled it Rockets ball.
So it is short. It was about as close as you could get. The sticks went falling when he went over, but apparently it stepped out of bounds right before that, very near the goal line.
That's right, and that was huge for the Rockets. Now what they need to do is ball management, run that clock down, move the ball downfield, and hold the Greyhounds.
8 times tonight, Shippensburg has went for it on fourth down. 6 times they have failed. And now it's James Buchanan Rocket ball with a chance to run this one out. And this is Pates, the quarterback, looking for room around the right. He's fighting for it and does have some room. Gets it up over the 20 to about the 23-yard line around the right side. A nice run from Shamar Pates. And it is a first down for the Rockets. He went through a couple of defenders.
He certainly did, and he stayed in bounds. So that once they set that ball, that clock runs again. That was a huge play for them to pull that away from the goal line and to stay in bounds and keep that clock running.
2 minutes, 42 seconds remaining to be played here in the fourth quarter tonight as James Buchanan closing in on a big win. And this is Shamar Pates, and Pates is going to be stopped for no gain, maybe a loss of a yard or so. So it'll be a second down. Second down and 10 yards to go.
Yeah, he definitely didn't gain anything on that play, but he certainly is letting the clock run out here.
Yeah, it's down to 1:48 inside of 2 minutes to play. And quarterback is going to roll to the right, Pates, and he'll get yards up to about the 25-yard line. But more importantly, 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining in the game, and a third down and 3 yards to go for the Rockets.
That was big. He stayed in bounds like he wanted to. They're keeping that clock rolling. They're going to take their time here in the huddle, and when they get to the line, to try to let as much time run off that clock as possible. We're almost down to 1 minute. He definitely wants to have another run play here and let that clock run.
And, we're at 56 seconds. First down will pretty much do it. And this is Shades again, and he's not going to get anywhere close to the first down. Pates is brought down by the Greyhounds. It will be a fourth down, but the clock is running, and the Greyhounds are out of timeouts, I think. Yeah.
Yep, they certainly are. So that pretty much is going to bring it down to just a few seconds for the Greyhounds with the return here.
As we're down inside of 20 seconds, the James Buchanan Rockets have come away with a huge victory tonight against the Shippensburg Greyhounds. And you can look at the happy Rockets sideline over there as the celebration begins. And it looks like is that some Gatorade coming down the way?
It looks like their dousing coach is with the Gatorade.
Andy Stoner gets the bath on the sideline there.
That ends the ball game. The James Buchanan Rockets win 14-0 over the Shippensburg Greyhounds.
And the Rockets begin the celebration. A happy bunch of James Buchanan Rockets there right now.
Certainly is, and they really needed that to be a shot in the arm for them. They're going to have a tough game going into the next week. It was their last home game. I know the seniors really wanted this win against Shippensburg tonight. And I tell you what, it shows that they have some of the staff in place that they need to really pull this off. And when you win games like this, it definitely makes other guys look and say, hey, we want to come out and play next year because we're a winning team.
That's exactly right. And we talked that very subject last night with Andy Stoner on Chalk Talk, about how winning will breed more players. And you mentioned earlier tonight at one time you were 22, 23 players here at James Buchanan.
That's right. The roster didn't stack very big. And when Stoner came in and they started winning, you can see by the sidelines, we got 40-plus guys on the sideline. So the kids are really getting behind the coaches. The coaches really support these athletes. Yeah. And the athletes and team are really doing a lot for the community. So the community is coming out to support these players. So this is great to see their last home game to be able to pull this kind of win off against Shippensburg.
And it's great to get a win. And if there's one thing the Rockets were a little disappointed in this year, it is the fact they only had 2 wins coming in tonight. They would have liked to have more wins. I mentioned earlier, Andy said easily could have had 3 more wins. Very close ball games.
Yeah, they were in a lot of games this year. In seasons past, like you said before, a lot of the games were run under the mercy rule. And they were in a lot of games and had a lot of potential this year and just weren't able to capitalize when it came down to the end to get those wins. But this was a big win for them, and we'll see how that plays out with the Colonial Division standing.
Oh, we will. I mean, this knocked Shippensburg out completely.
It definitely did.
Yeah, so. it is a big blow for Shippensburg. And I can tell you, Shane, that everyone around wants to see James Buchanan and Wadesboro have good football teams. It's not, it is no fun for anyone to go out and lose or to beat somebody 50, 60 points all the time. But it makes for a stronger conference when you have more good teams. And James Buchanan they've only been mercy ruled once the last 2 years.
That's right. And they're definitely coming up. And it's fun whenever you can get games like, I know the score didn't really reflect it at Waynesboro, but that was a great game. They were there. The first half was exciting, and you got down in the second half, and we weren't able to capitalize. But when the games are this close, and Waynesboro and Greencastle were 14 at the half, the conference is getting close, and it's exciting to be able to see these games and not go to a game knowing you're going to be able to be blown out by the other team. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is. It is, and it's exciting times, and great for everyone. And James Buchanan now next week. Susquehanna Township may be down a little this year, but I can tell you Susquehanna Township is a team that, unless they're out of character, they're going to throw the ball a lot. They're going to have people that can run. A lot of great athletes always with Susquehanna Township.
They definitely are a good team. They're going to be a tough team for the Rockets. I know they're already looking at tape for that week. And, when you have Peter Huey and Shamar Pates also playing defense, they've had quite a few interceptions that they've been able to pull in. And I believe Shamar has 5 already this season. So, you can't count them out on defense. And after you've seen tonight's game, the defense is going to fight until the end, and the offense is going to try to capitalize on where the defense leaves.
And it was a great defensive effort tonight. And actually on both sides from after the first 2 scores for the Rockets. But James Buchanan, we've talked about Shippensburg's defense, but how much better could a defense be? than what the Rockets were in the ball game tonight. I mean, you stopped 6 of 8 fourth down plays. A few of those could turn the ball game around if you're unable to stop.
It certainly could have, because they were down close to the red zone when they stopped them several times. And I tell you what, the defense really worked together as a team. Everybody seemed to be where they were supposed to be and doing what they were supposed to do. They were able to get into the backfield several times and put some pressure on Gustafson and take him down in the backfield. And that really means a lot when your team works in unison like that.
Yeah, it does. And it was a great all-around effort. And last night, when we made our picks on Chalk Talk, both Mike Montedoro and we picked James Buchanan to beat Shippensburg. Andy thought we only done it because he was sitting there, but well, really, I thought that this was one that the Rockets did have a very good chance to win, knowing Shippensburg's deficiencies on offense this year, and this is not just something. It's been going on all year long for Shippensburg. They simply could not score. They've got a good defense, but not much of an offense to go along with it, which is completely out of character for a Shippensburg Greyhound football team.
Yeah, it's definitely different this year than it has been in the past. But I tell you what, Coach Andy Stoner has done a great job with the attitude of these boys. They don't come into a game thinking they're going to be defeated no matter who they're playing. He's able to lift them up, and they really have the confidence to know that any given day it can be anybody's game, and they come in with that positive attitude to play these games.
And Andy said, we talked to him last night about getting the culture of this thing turned around, and he said it's basically an ongoing process that you've got to fight. But he was able to do that, and it's it is a great thing. And he discussed that a lot last night about let's face it, he took over a program that was as far down as just about you could go in a program.
Yeah, that's right. And it's not been a perfect season. There's growing pains that you're going to have. Especially when you lose some of the seniors you lost, like we did last year in Hunter Brown and some of those boys that were out. But he was able to capitalize and bring up some other players that have been able to fill those positions. And you make those mistakes that you see occasionally, and you learn from them. And they've really been able to do that as a team.
Okay, Shane, it has been a great ball game, 14-0. Thanks for joining us tonight. We've enjoyed your insights into the game and the James Buchanan Rockets.
Well, it was a pleasure being here. I thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Okay, Shane, thanks a lot. Shane Iser, who was working with us tonight on Game Time PA and Mid-Penn Broadcasting. And tonight's game brought to you by F&M Trust. They're in the community and 100% local. Come to the right place for local banking. Member FDIC. Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent. By Waste Management, environmentally friendly technologies and advanced innovations. By RE/MAX, Premier Executive Agent Lois Baer. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving the tri-state area for 35 years. By Lecron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. By Clyde Tours, New York City, Atlantic City, and more. Visit ClydeTours.net for complete tour schedule. Working the camera tonight has been Marcus Rayhot. And for Shane Iser, I'm Gary Klein. Thanks for joining us tonight for Mercersburg. Final score, James Buchanan Rockets 14, Shippensburg Greyhounds nothing. Good night, everybody.